Hello, I'm Carl House, and I want to thank you for joining me in Join Jesus. If you've been around church a while or been a Christian for a while, I am sure you've heard of the Great Commission. Just before Jesus ascended into heaven, he said, "Go and make disciples of all nations," or "Go and disciple others toward me." And we know that not only applied to the first disciples, it also applies to us today. But what does that look like? How do you make disciples? How do you disciple others toward Jesus? Well, that's what Join Jesus is all about. It's a simple and memorable track pattern to run on, and it starts with Join Jesus in living a prayer, care, share, dare lifestyle. Join Jesus. This isn't our mission, it's his mission. Don't even think about trying to do this alone. Stay connected to Jesus, follow his lead because it's ultimately his mission. Then prayer. The first missional move is to get down on our knees and to pray because can we change anyone's heart? Can we lead anyone to repentance and faith in Jesus Christ? And the answer is no, only God can do that. So our first move is to get down on our knees and ask God for help. We talk to God about people before we talk to people about God. And so join Jesus in living a prayer and then a care lifestyle. When Jesus looked at the crowds, he had compassion on them and he did something about it. And so must we. People don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. And so care for people practically, sacrificially, supernaturally. Care for people. This is what opens people's hearts to the good news of Jesus. Next, share. We share life, we share each other's stories, we share Jesus' story. And so we share each other's stories. And with care, that opens people's hearts, but so is sharing each other's story. That's what opens people's hearts. That's what gets them to trust you. And then when you share Jesus' story, well, that's what changes hearts. That's when the supernatural power of God steps in. And so we'll teach you on how to share your story in 15 seconds or less. And we'll also give you some models to follow in sharing Jesus' story, some passages, some presentations that will fit you, your style, and the situation that you're in. And then finally, dare. And dare isn't so much daring to pray for people or care for people or share with people, although it includes that. It's more daring the person you're sharing the good news with to count the cost and actually become a disciple of Jesus. It's a question like, what would stop you right now from trusting in Jesus and following him, like right now? And then you listen to people. You engage in the issues, you answer their questions, and you encourage them to count the cost and follow Jesus. And so that's it. Join Jesus in living a prayer, care, share, dare lifestyle. That's what Join Jesus is all about. And I believe that it will help grow your faith, grow your compassion, and grow your boldness. And because of that, people will meet Jesus through you. God bless.